Good evening, everyone. Say we have a couple of minutes. I went ahead and I started this just a little early, so it gives people time to get here. Thank you for joining me today. All right, testing microphone. How's microphone? Send message to Camille and Tanisha. Let me know if you can hear me on Facebook. Y'all, the way I'm facing, I feel like I'm facing a crowd. Oh my goodness. But that's all right. We're gonna keep rocking. No excuses. All right. I hope everyone can hear me. You guys, I have transitional lenses, so I cannot control them. So, hello everyone. How are you doing this evening? All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining me here today where I kick off my series, Where Hope Takes Root. And I decided to create this series because I have had so much trauma and darkness and pain to go through in my life that I had to take hope and find hope and press through. So I'm going to share some of my words with you. Say good evening. Thank you for joining me. All right. Can you guys hear me? All right. So this first poem that I have here. Thank you. Good evening, Jacinta. Good evening, Demita. Hey, all right. This first poem I have for you is called Beneath the Glass. And I wrote this poem in 2021. Say it came during the time that I was in homeless and without a job. And God was pressing on me and getting me prepared for something. I wasn't sure what it was, but all the thoughts and everything going through my head, I am going to read Beneath the Glass here. Help! Help! She screamed. Help me! She screamed again, banging her fists against the screen. Help me! She cried. I'm right here. As she sat down and began to cry, all they could see was a sign that read, "Nothing lies here beneath the glass." So the crowd keeps moving and the girl remains there, waiting to be free, looking at the world pass her by, trapped in a box all alone. She begins to learn to do things all on her own. One day a stranger appears. She looks at his face. All she sees is a look of disgrace. Something new has just taken place. What's that? The girl thinks. She reaches out and touches her hand back. There really was something that appeared. She looks up again. She is surprised to see. She can now see a little piece of herself. She looked at this mirror and to her surprise, she thought she seen a glimmer of hope inside. She once again gathered her strength and began to knock on the door. Let me out, let me out. But it was just like before. No one heard the screams coming from the floors. Louder and louder her voice began to grow until she fell silent and could scream no more. So once again she silenced her voice. Hating that mirror, she didn't get the point. Wait, is that a face I see? Is that a face looking back at me? Their hands touching against the screen, pressing in as if they could see. Here I am, the girl begins to cry, jumping up and down with joy in her eyes. Then she stops with the joy and the jumping and goes still. No reaction from the face. I must be shielded still. Off to the side, with tears on her face, the stranger disappeared with a questionable face. The mirror then grew a few inches in space. Now look in the mirror, she begins to see another part of her face. All right, so Beneath the Glass, my reflection after hearing it out loud just reminds me about how we have to see within ourselves before we can see or anybody else can see us. So, the girl trapped being able to see the mirror is how I was for so long. I was never able to see me. So, of course, nobody else would ever be able to see me. So this was a beginning of a breakthrough for me. This next poem I have is called A Light in the Darkness. And thank you everyone for joining me for Where Hope Takes Root. The second poem is A Light in the Darkness, and this I actually started writing in 2019, but I finished it just yesterday. And that's because I didn't understand what the light meant. So I am happy to say I now know what the light means, and the light is Jesus. So A Light in the Darkness, here we go. Let's see. When shadows lengthen and fear takes hold, who stills my soul? Jesus. When the path disappears, who makes a way? Jesus. Who is the light in the darkness? Jesus. He holds the keys to grace untold. He breaks the chains that bind and hold. His unconditional love comes to save the day. My rock, my refuge, where I stand tall, my shelter from the devil's paws. A love that burns, though I may stray, a peace that calms the wildest day. A fire that warms when hope grows dim, a light that shines from him to him. The word made flesh, forever true, revealing the truth in all I do. Jesus is the only light that I know. I wouldn't be able to direct anybody to any other light. And he is the hope, the faith that you hold on to. I want to thank you for joining me for my short poetry series. Please, I will read the comments later. Thank you so much. If you have any comments, please feel free to leave them. Feel free to message me, and I will catch you again next week. On a Thursday. It'll be May 8th at 6 p.m. Central Time, and we will be doing another location. I don't know if I'll be at Pinehurst Park or if I'll be in another area of Pinehurst Park or another location altogether, but please stay tuned and let me know what you think. You guys have an amazing day.